The European nation is willing to help Cuba in those sectors' recovery. From South Africa, Friendship and Student Associations composed of graduates from Cuban educational institutions set up solidarity fundraising appeals to support recovery efforts on the island following Irma. The South African Friends of Cuba Society announced the creation of a post-disaster solidarity relief fund and called on the entire population and organizations to support the campaign and help the Cuban people as they have begun a long and difficult process to recover from the devastating effects of Hurricane Irma.
Likewise, the Association of Uruguayan Doctors who graduated from the Latin American School of Medicine reaffirmed its unconditional support to the people and government of Cuba. Those of us who received the hand of solidarity of the revolutionary people of Cuba express our commitment to give back to our second homeland all the solidarity with which we were trained, with the message. And Belgium's Socialist Cuba Initiative Friendship Association expressed its firm solidarity with the Caribbean nation following the devastation caused by Hurricane Irma, as well as its commitment to supporting recovery efforts. In a message sent to the Cuban Embassy in Belgium and the Cuban Institute of Friendship with the People, the Belgian organization expressed its regret over the destruction caused by the hurricane in Havana and other areas of the country.
197 delegates representing political and social organizations from locations spanning 5 different continents are gathered in Caracas to discuss peace and international solidarity in Venezuela. The event, called for by Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro under the slogan, "We are all Venezuela," is being held in the Teresa Carreño Theater in Caracas from Saturday, September 16th through Tuesday, September 19th. Issues under discussion include the defense of the Bolivarian Revolution, the fight against imperialism, racism, and financial counter-revolution, environmental rights, anti-imperialist military defense, and the new sanctions imposed by the United States on Venezuela. Groups represented at the Caracas meeting include the Landless Workers Movement of Brazil, the Front's Islamista Movement, Uruguay's Broad Front Coalition, the Bolivarian Circles of New York, and the Patria Grande Movement of Argentina.
Bolivian President Evo Morales has expressed support for upcoming talks between the Venezuelan government and the country's opposition, describing them as healthy. Latin America must be a region of peace, Morales said during a speech in Alto, Bolivia. He added, "This initiation of dialogue between the government of Venezuela and the opposition is healthy. We will support this process because peace must prevail in our region." The Venezuelan government announced Thursday that talks with the opposition will resume on September 27th, following 2 days of discussions in the Dominican Republic. Former Spanish Prime Minister José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero and Dominican President Medina have invited both the Venezuelan government and the opposition to restart dialogue in the Dominican Republic, while the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has also welcomed the move. "We are in the process of transforming an agenda that will lead to a definitive negotiation to the crisis," said Dominican President Danilo Medina. Representatives from Bolivia, Chile, Mexico, and Nicaragua will accompany both sides throughout the talks.
And you're tuned into Radio Havana Cuba's English language broadcast on shortwave, online, or in and around Havana on FM. Don't forget to visit our website at radiohc.cu and drop us a line at radiohc@enet.cu. Shortwave listeners, by all means, let us know about reception in your part of the world. And tell us how we're doing in our features and views, and if there are any other ways in which we can serve you better on the radio. Back now to the news desk with Leila Valverde and Daniel Montero.
Cuba and Russia signed Friday here in Havana a new cooperation agreement on industry and technology in the framework of an official visit to Cuba by Russian representatives from the field. The visit, which began on September 13th, is part of the 7th meeting of the Working Group on Cooperation in the Industrial Sector held by the Cuba-Russia Intergovernmental Commission. The agreement was signed by Georgy Galamanov, Deputy Minister of Industry and Commerce of Russia, and Cuban Industry Minister José Gaspar Álvarez. Minister Gaspar Alvarez said the agreements and cooperation projects were reached in a crucial time as Cuba recovers from the devastation caused by Hurricane Irma. The parties considered that the implementation of the agreement would strengthen economic and business ties between Russian and Cuban companies. They underscored the importance of some projects related to the iron and steel industry, including barns for house construction and fertilizers. Other areas covered are the textile industry and transportation, railroads, and aviation.
Peru's Congress ousted President Pedro Pablo Kuczynski's cabinet in a vote of no confidence on Friday, pushing the Andean country into its worst political crisis in years. Peru's single-chamber Congress, where opposite popular force has an absolute majority, voted 77 to 22 to dismiss Prime Minister Fernando Zavala's cabinet. Kuczynski now has 72 hours to swear in a new cabinet. While he cannot name Zavala as Prime Minister again, Kuczynski can reappoint other ministries in his cabinet. Kuczynski dared Congress on Wednesday to revoke its confidence in his cabinet if it insisted on forcing out his second education minister. Kuczynski's former education and finance ministers had been forced to resign amid allegations of ethical breaches, while a third minister quit to avoid being censured.
British police said Saturday they have arrested an 18-year-old man in Dover in southeast Britain in connection with the rush hour tube bombing in London Friday, which left at least 29 people injured. The man was arrested on Saturday morning under the Terrorism Act and is held at a police station in Kent County, police said, as a nationwide manhunt is underway in the country after the bombing was declared a terrorist attack. British Prime Minister Theresa May on Friday raised the country's terror threat level to critical